Hey, beautiful people. Welcome back, or welcome to another Bangs audio review. This is take two. So, how do you do? This is the Artti R1. My first run through took over 24 minutes, and this is not a comp video. This is just a review. There's no way it should have taken that long. So, obviously, too much rambling. We're going to get right to it. So, what do you get? You get two sets of tips. You get white silicone, normal bore, and you get dark gray silicone, narrow bore. Normal bore, white silicone. If you're going with stock tips, there you go. That simple. The box is nice, nothing fancy. It is... Well, I don't have to open it because everything's out. Two sets of tips. This very similar, well, the same case you get with the T10, basically, which is nice because it's, it's protective. It's hard shell, but pocketable. And of course, you get the IMs, little cable management Velcro thingamajigger there. I always take those off because they stick to everything, clothing, etc. And this cable, which is 4-core 192, something like that. It's beautiful. The cable on this is fantastic. It comes in your choice of 3.5 or 4.4. I got the 4.4. You guys already know that. Yeah, it's just a nice cable. I'm so impressed when companies actually put really nice cables on their sub $100 IMs. These are about 80, I believe, is their MSRP. They're not that right now. They're considerably less if you pick up the quote-unquote early bird. And that is on AliExpress. They're about 55. That is what I paid for mine, actually. So the value for 55, the value for 80 is solid, because they compete with a lot of things in that range. But the value for 55 is out of control because this feels like at least a $20, $25 cable on them. And the IMs we will get to. What you have is with these beauties is this green color and a little silver shape outline on the faceplate, which picks up, little bedazzle, little bling. It's cool. I really like this, actually. Let me pop this light on. See if we can pick it up a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, so I like the sort of dark foresty green color. It's a matte finish. It is CNC aluminum, machined aluminum, but super light. And it is a little bit on the big side, I will say that. But there's a reason. One is you've got three, not one, not two, but three dynamic drivers working in there. Two 6mm and an 8mm. I believe the 6mm are titanium plated and the 8mm is beryllium. We'll go to the back of the box to make that official. Yes, two 6mm titanium dome dynamic drivers plus one 8mm beryllium plated dynamic driver. Sweet. Since we're here, sensitivity is 102. The impedance is 20.4 ohms. Frequency range of 20 to 40 kilohertz. 20 hertz to 40 kilohertz, of course. I don't think anybody could hear 40 kilohertz, but you know what? Who knows what that is doing to the frequency range that we can hear? Who am I to say it's not doing anything? It could very well be doing something. Don't know. Same with the other end. But I digress. So anyway, this is kind of cool. Hey, Cornell Hockey. Actually a fun team to root for once. About perfectly matches the green cover on the HIFI R6 III, which is... I did a lot of listening on this guy. That was great. So what's the deal? What's the deal with the Artti R1? Is it another unicorn? Is it another, I can't believe how good this is? type of IAM from Artti? And the answer is a resounding yes. It is. It is different. Okay, so this is not a Harman tuned IAM by any stretch of the imagination, like not even close. So it produces sound. That's about the only thing it has in common with the Harman tuning. I think, it's the only triple DD that I've come in contact with. There might be some hybrids out there that employ a triple DD plus a bunch of other stuff, but this is just, standalone 3 dynamic driver set. First one I run into. That doesn't mean there aren't others out there, because there could very well be. But yeah, this is the first one. So it caught my attention, and the price caught my attention, and I was hoping for the best and expecting so. And what I ended up getting was pretty freaking good set of IAMs. Very, very enjoyable, very fun set. They play really well with the Tang Sanchai. I couldn't get the Dunu SNS, the Dunu buckets. Still not mine, somebody else's. Please, if you are that person, comment in the comment section. I'll give you due credit. So that caused me, I couldn't get a good seal with the large S and S tips, so I actually ordered extra large S and S tips to see if that will help my fit woes on this set and others, actually, because I might need the XL for my left ear for some sets. And that's just my ears, my weird ears. And a suggestion by, I think it's Hijinks, maybe Hijinks87. Try Clarion tips, and then those are on Amazon. And then the H570s, and that's medical grade latex. So if you have a latex allergy, you can forget about that one. But apparently that's only available on AliExpress. I think they're about $8 a pair. Next time I order from AliExpress, I will be getting a couple of pairs of those. Just when you think all is quiet and you're not going to get interrupted with dogs barking, like I'm the only one here. Like my wife's business travel, my son is at the grandparents, so it's just me and the dogs. And every time the dogs bark like that, it kind of freaks me out because there's nobody around. It's a little freaky. Anyway, back to the IMs. Sound signature. I'm going to lean forward and push my head up so you can see, hopefully, Ankramut's squig of the Artti R1. So that's right on my target. I love that. Elevated bass, mid bass, and sub. Really gentle sloping off to slightly recessed mids, and then a very nice gentle slope on the ear gain up to about 2.5K, and then it starts to roll off. And as you can see, the treble is quite relaxed. So it's a dark set. It is. What's my quote here? If you only knew the power of the dark side. That was a horrible Darth Vader voice. Maybe I should try the Emperor instead. Anyway, yeah, so these guys are dark. So if you're an airhead, if you're a treble head, probably not going to be your cup of tea. But they're interesting. I feel like Artti's got this knack of just capturing something outside of the norm. And this set, what it does well is, obviously the low end. I'm sure there's some sort of acoustic chamber action going on with those 3 drivers in there, because the low end is beautiful. It is powerful. It is probably the high point of this set. It's weird because when I got the Plutus Beast, I thought that's what this set sounds like, what I thought the Plutus Beast was going to sound like. Very interesting. The bass on this is similar, but slightly better than, faster than, more dynamic than the nice HCK NX7 Mark IV. So if that set isn't for you because of the PZT timbre on the top end, you don't have to worry about it on this one. This does bass just as well, if not better, than that set, but without the spicy treble. Yeah, it's really cool. So, all right, dark set. But I want you to come with me on a little journey, will you? We're gonna go into the night. It's completely dark out. It's like pitch black, like new moon kind of dark, right? But we're prepared because we have night vision goggles. And we put those night vision goggles on, and you might be used to the ones that are, like, I guess it's infrared. They kind of make everything look one shade of green or another, depending on, how dark, or maybe it's heat signature or something like that has to do with it. These are full color night vision goggles where you can literally see, even though it's dark, and it is dark, trust me, you can see everything. That's the best way I can describe these, is that they're dark, relaxed treble, no spicy, minimal air, and yet they still have excellent detail retrieval. And in that sense, the detail retrieval in the low frequencies is really impressive. So I heard things in songs that I've heard dozens and dozens of times that I had not heard before when I put these on. So like there's this at the end of Broken Cog by Meshuggah off of Immutable, I noticed this weird sort of liquidy wet background noise that I'd never heard before until I put these in. On Descending by Tool off Fear Inoculum, later in that song there's an extra track in there with like a little bass line that's doing some weird shit. That was audible. Previous to this set, wouldn't have known it was there. So it has the ability to bring out details in the low frequencies that now I'll go back and I'll listen to other sets and I might be able to hear it, but it brought it out. It made me hear it for the first time. So to me, that's pretty special. Now to the part that's probably the only criticism I can really have on these, other than the fact that I struggled to get a good fit with certain ear tips. That was solved by the Tangsu Sanchai. It'll probably be fine with Triclarion and extra large Dunu buckets and so on and so forth. So that was a solvable issue for me. The one thing that I will say, my only critique of this set, is that there is a frequency range, I would say sub 80 or right around 80 hertz, maybe even as high as 100, that kind of has that resonance. Like it has a little bit more presence than I want it to. So if I'm listening to a song where that particular frequency is there, like a lot, or repeated, or gone over, you notice it. Now, I got used to it, and it didn't take very long, but I think it's worth noting that it's there. So I think that it has something to do with those three drivers working together and the acoustic cavity. It just picks up. It's a little bit more authoritative than I would like to have it be. But it's not in every song, and it's not like, it's not like a flaw. It's just something to note that you may notice it if you buy these and you're listening to a song and you're like, oh, there it is. Now I know what he's talking about. Like it's pretty obvious. So just something to be aware of. But outside of that, it rolled through my library without really much of a hitch. It did pop, it did rock, it did jazz, hip hop and R&B, rap, metal. The only thing it really didn't perform well on, at least for my ears, was classical. So it didn't really like Gustav Mahler, Symphony Number 9. It didn't really like Vivaldi, Four Seasons. It really didn't like it liked Anna Netrebko's voice, but it didn't really like the orchestra in the back. Like it kind of like, it's not a reference set. Like, it's not a clean, transparent set. So obviously it kind of makes sense that it's not great for classical. That's about my only criticism of this. The price is phenomenal at $55. The price is even, I would say, good value at $80 if you end up picking it up after the sales are over with and you're not patient enough to wait for the next one. Just be patient, because it'll go back on sale. You should probably never have to pay more than $60 for this, my guess. I would like Artie, and Artie, if you're listening, or if somebody who's listening that knows Artie, I'm just calling him Artie because I don't know if that's the name of the company, but I like saying, hey Artie, listen, you've been really successful so far. The R1, success, absolutely great at what it does. Such a fun listen because of the relaxed treble. It's like a day, it's like I can take this for the day and I'm good. Like, you don't have to, there's no fatigue here whatsoever. So A+ Artie on the R1, A++ on the T10, currently my favorite set out of the 45-ish that I've got still. And from what I understand, the R2, which is 45-ish, on sale for around $35 right now, that's successful as well. So, damn, nice going. Here's what I want. I want a flagship set from you. Like, as soon as you can put one together without rushing it, as soon as you can come up with whatever combination of drivers that you're going to do, I want it. Because based on what you've done so far, you should be able to hit it out of the park, and I'm guessing for less than $200. And if it is less than $200, I will buy it. Blind. Before anybody's even reviewed it. I literally will be like, oh, okay, there's the Artie flagship. The RT Duty Feely Doobie 7. Whatever it's going to be, I will buy it. And I'm sure it's going to be awesome. So, I think I ran long again, but I did say everything I wanted to say and hopefully didn't ramble too much on this one. I am feeling very blessed and grateful and thankful to everyone who's been watching these videos and commenting and engaging with me and subscribing and hitting the like button. I never thought it was going to sort of develop into something. I'm not going to call it big because it's not big, but it could be. Like, that's the way it's going. Like, it's kind of turning into something big. I can tell you that I have an absolute blast doing this, and if I'm helping anybody out along the way, make decisions or more informed decisions or better decisions, then that's exactly what I'm hoping to do. So, as HBB says, and it is true, this is about the music. This is about us enjoying our music as much as we possibly can. So if I'm adding to that at all, I'm doing what I set out to do. Anyway, I love y'all. Have a great day, and nothing but peace to you. See ya.